So if Black Myth Wukong and Stellar Blade had a baby, this would be it. Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and today we're going to be watching the trailer for Wuchang Fallen Feathers. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but that was the way that I heard it described when I first saw it bouncing around online. It's like similar sort of style and aesthetic, apparently, to Stellar Blade, but with combat more in line with a proper Souls-like, more in line with something like Black Myth Wukong. Very excited to have a look at it. I'm on the webpage here. Before we watch the trailer, I thought we would just go ahead and have a look at the story. So, the dark and fantastical Souls-like story follows Wuchang, a female pirate, love that, by the way, what a fun concept, who awakens to amnesia and suffering in the final years of China's Ming Dynasty during a chaotic era. A darkness has befallen the land of Shu, and a phenomenon known as feathering is causing mutations. Thrown into an epidemic of plague and monsters, you will have to overcome cruel and twisted enemies with various fighting styles, hidden weapons, ancient firearms, and even the power of feathering to forge a path through flesh and blood towards the truth buried beneath it all. So you can already wishlist this on Steam, not yet available for pre-order. Not currently, it doesn't currently have a solid release date, I don't believe. I guess we'll find out when we watch the trailer. Intense violence, great. Blood and gore, partial nudity. I mean, depending on what that means, can we even stream this? Is this appropriate? Let's find out. Maybe not in the trailer, probably in the game itself. And I think that it does depend on the type of nudity.
Is dead.
This is a grim opening, I like it.
Protect I failed. Now I walk the path of blood.
This is like dark ASMR. This is like if the devil did ASMR. I could listen to this voice for a long time.
Until all traitors are silenced, and our stolen kingdom returns.
Is it this man talking without moving his mouth?
Who dares to question my will?
Does he have another head under his cloak?
Redemption.
Does he talk via his minds? Oh, let's go. So this is our beautiful pirate woman, just wrecking shop with the flaming sword. It does look, the combat already looks much more like Black Myth Wukong than Stellar Blade. I think the Stellar Blade elements were specifically mentioning the fact that you're playing as a beautiful woman, which I love in a video game. More of that, please. The West could never. The West hates beautiful women. It finds them to be an abomination, apparently. Wait a minute, was that a machine gun staff? What was that? Oh, I want that all day, please. It sounded like it was actually making like bullet firing sounds as well. That is incredible. Oh, hello. Yes, hello. Oh my gosh. Imagine just letting her wreck you, you know what I mean? Got a giant flaming fly swatter to deal with the big bug. Like to see that. What I love about watching trailers like this before you've played the game, you have no context for what any of this is. And as soon as you go back and play the game, you come back and watch the trailer. I need to do that with Black Myth Wukong, because I'm almost finished with that game. Just go back and look at what they're showing in the trailer and just be like, oh yeah, I remember spending 6 hours trying to do that. Just have, like, PTSD flashbacks.
My emperor will not fall in vain. You are just another lost soul, trying to oppose fate.
Oh, bro.
Fate is mine to command.
Doesn't give much away. Sometime in 2025, I like that they don't mention PlayStation in this trailer. Game Pass Series SX, and PC. But that does mean Steam, so we're actually going to go look at the Steam page. So here we are, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, and if you have a look here, we've got a delightful selection of pictures to look at, although none of them really give anything away, other than that is an amazing shot. Look at that with the moon in the background there. That looks really cool. Yeah, I like the environments in this game quite a bit. They do look very Wukong-esque. You know, I mean, similar inspirations, I suppose, would explain that. But Wuchang Fallen Feathers, get out of here. is a Souls-like action RPG set in the land of Shu during the dark and tumultuous late Ming Dynasty, plagued with warring factions and a mysterious illness spawning monstrous creatures. Become Wuchang, a skilled pirate warrior. If only she was a pirate warrior princess, we'd have the full gambit. Struck by amnesia, classic, who must navigate the uncertainties of her mysterious past while afflicted by the horrific feathering disease. Explore the depths of Shu, enhancing your arsenal and mastering new skills harvested from fallen foes. Evolve your fighting style by sacrificing elusive red mercury, and further develop new techniques obtained throughout your action-packed journey. Augment the weapons in your repertoire with powerful enhancements, allowing for a unique approach to combat and strategy that suits your personal style. I like that. I like the idea that there's going to be potentially, I mean, we have to take their word for it here, but maybe different approaches to different encounters. I have found that with Wukong, at first it felt very much like, okay, this is the skill set. You have to have the skill set down, or you're not going to be able to defeat the bosses. But having played a lot of it, I've realized, oh no! Someone like me who's bad at video games can absolutely find ways to cheese it. You know, you can put a bunch of points into a pluck of mini and summon your brethren to come help you fight while you dodge around and turn to stone and just try to run out the timer until you can turn back into a fiery rat to keep... Like, you can find ways around it. Hoping that's the same here, because I'm just not... Like, I try my best, but I'm aged. I was never good at games to begin with. My reflexes are all slow. I think I've got carpal tunnel. All the excuses in the book to explain why I'm just not very good at games. But I like the challenge. I've never been interested in Souls-like games before, but this year I played through Stellar Blade, which Souls-light more than Souls-like, but I enjoyed it immensely. I'm playing through Black Myth Wukong. It is frustrating, but so much fun. And I'm starting to realize why people enjoy these types of games, and I'm looking forward to this one now too. Battle against grotesque abominations drawing on ancient lore to challenge the creeping darkness that threatens the humanity that remains. Your quest for truth will take you through forgotten temples, overgrown ruins, and shadowed paths fraught with peril. As you piece together Wuchang's lost memories, your choices will lead you to one of several endings, each determined by the choices made, secrets unearthed, and the allies you choose to trust. One thing that I'm worried about with this world is it does look very grim and barren, and that's something I didn't like about most of Stellar Blade, with a couple of exceptions, and so far, most of Wukong as well. It's a very empty world, and you're very lonely a lot of the time. Every so often, someone will join you for your journey, and for like a few moments, you're not so alone in this world, but then they just run off to do something else, and you're like, alright, back to just a monkey alone in the woods. I know that people complained about Adam, and to some extent Lily, in Stellar Blade, constantly like chiming in, but I liked that. It made me feel like I wasn't so alone as I traversed these barren worlds full of monsters. Immerse yourself in a rich storyline, dynamic combat system, and breathtaking visuals that offer an unforgettable adventure through lands veiled in chaos and death. Will you reveal the truth of Wuchang's curse and bring peace to Shu? Or will you succumb to the encroaching horrors? The fate of the land rests in your hands. I would love if this game did a thing where you could actually pick the bad guys and have a bad ending. I doubt that they will, though. I feel like this is just saying that, will you survive or will you die 14 times and give up? Check this out, okay? Wuchang Fallen Feathers includes blood, violence, and killing through weapon-based combat. This includes depictions of violence of various weapons slashing, impaling, or slicing enemies, visualized with blood. Perfectly illustrated by whatever was happening right up there just then. Looked like someone exploding. I was gonna say, yeah, right there. Lovely. Additionally, the game also includes some nudity in some scenes / characters in the game. We'll see how that pans out. We're gonna go back over to the website real quick to see if there's anything else on here. It doesn't look like it. It looks like your media is going to be some screenshots, which again look very similar to the ones on Steam. I think they might even be the same ones that are on Steam. They are higher quality though. That looks really good. Yeah, this is fantastic. And then under videos, it's probably just the trailer, I would assume, that we already watched. Now, I did notice... Okay, alright, stop it. It started playing a bunch of trailers in the background. It's still going. We're gonna close the webpage. Now, what's interesting about this is there's been more content released in the past. So, for example, 3 years ago, there was an 18-minute exclusive gameplay trailer from IGN. And then another one from IGN 4 months ago that's only up like a minute and a half long. I almost don't even want to watch this, because I feel like it's going to be so different with all the time that has passed, yeah, that doesn't even look like the same game. That looks very early development. That looks very rough. It looks very 30 FPS-like. We're not going to watch it. We're going to wait. We're going to wait for the game to come out. I'm looking forward to this one. Comment down below. Let me know what you think and what you thought of games like Stellar Blade and like Black Myth Wukong. Did you play them? Did you like them? Are you looking forward to more content like that? From the East, it looks like they're picking up a lot of the slack being left by Western developers who are too obsessed with making seemingly intentionally bad games. I can't think of any other way. I can't look at a lot of the games coming out these days and say, oh, they tried, because it really feels like they didn't. But it looks like, you know, we've got games coming out of China, we've got games coming out of South Korea, and Japan's had some ups and downs recently, but there's still some good games coming out of there. It looks like they're doing just so much better than anything coming out of the West. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.